The AMIA case was an attack to the building that represents the Jewish community in Buenos Aires. It happened on July 18, 1994.
The building was completely destroyed by the bomb that entered inside a van. 87 people got killed and more than 300 got injured. This case left a lot of doubts, and it was not easy to find someone responsible for the crime.
After over a decade, the Iranian government was found guilty for planning the attack. It is thought that the Iranian government did it because the Argentinian government had suspended a nuclear contract. It's important to say that even until today, there is a strong political and religious problem between Iran and Israel.
The legislative branch couldn't do anything because the AMIA case was still controlled by the Supreme Court, and until 2005 the case remained dormant. That year, new evidence was discovered. José Galiano, who was in charge of the investigation, was impeached for paying a witness to change his testimony and burning evidence.
In 2005, the Argentinian President Néstor Kirchner declared that evidence from the case had been hidden years before. A lot of responsibility relied on the past government, but there were still Iranian suspects. Some years later, another prosecutor, Alberto Nisman, found information about a Lebanese citizen, Ibrahim Hussein Berro, who was supposed to be the suicide bomber that committed the crime. Then, two prosecutors found the Iranian government and the Hezbollah, an Iranian political party, guilty, but despite all the development, nobody has been charged. In 2013, a memorandum of understanding was signed between Argentina and Iran to resolve the problem. Although this didn't solve anything at all, it calmed things down.
There is a case related to this one, the attack to the Israel's embassy. It happened in 1992 and 29 people got killed. The Argentinian Supreme Court handled the investigation and Ricardo Leven was the prosecutor. The Islamic community claimed that they were responsible for it, and then it was found that Iran had been involved in it too.
Although the case is supposed to be solved, there is still investigation going on nowadays. For instance, there are ONU meetings that try to solve this, but it is still very unclear.
The memory of this case is alive in Argentina, and every year it's remembered. Also, cultural acts had been made, such as the song and video of Memoria of León Gieco. We think that every act of violence is unnecessary and that words should be enough to solve conflicts. Also, that this case is a good example of violation of human rights. We consider that the responsibles should have the appropriate punishment, such as life-term prison. Even if this case happened when we weren't even born, we defend the right of culture, religion, and politics.